Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to go through the business study paper that the grade 9 external wrote for 2024. So I'm going to answer all the questions, and I encourage you to be with me as I'm going to answer these questions. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you also follow us on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. And make sure that you have got a pen and a paper where you can be writing those important points. That is depending to you, or it depends on you which points are important. So you just make sure you have a paper. If you come across a point that has struck the most and you don't know it, you write it. Okay, we're not going to tell you which one is important. You are going to know yourself. Okay, so in this video I'm also going to introduce the campaign that we have. We have got a fundraising campaign for us to raise money for more equipment. What we have realized is that we are doing in leasing videos. Okay, and our intention is to reach every student who is writing, every grade 9 student and grade 12 student, so that we can help them to revise. Okay, so we have opted to learn a fundraising to learning classes, because we feel when we offer free online division, we'll catch a lot of people compared when we start charging money, because not everyone will manage to pay. Okay, so with this fundraising, I know those who are able to pay, they can contribute to this campaign. Then we buy more equipment that will allow us to go live and produce videos at the right time. Okay, we have realized that sometimes we release videos late, whereby we're almost towards the exams, and very soon they are going to ban sharing of examination materials. So we felt like if we fundraise and buy more equipment, that means we can share the equipment and then start making these videos, and we are going to finish as fast as possible compared to the way we are working now. So we are learning this fundraising so that you viewers, you can support us to buy equipment that will allow us to work on papers simultaneously. So please, any amount we really appreciate. The numbers to send the money to are scrolling down there. You can see those numbers down there, so you make sure you just deposit any money in that account as small as possible. If we wanted, we could have just thought of learning classes, online classes, which could have hindered those other people who cannot afford to pay those. So please, let's see how fundraising will help us. If we buy equipment, you see the difference in how we're going to be releasing our videos. They will be released faster than we are doing now. You will support us positively. Let's go to answering questions. Section A has 20 marks and has the following instructions. Answer all the questions. Mark your answers with a cross on the answer grid provided in the answer booklet. Okay, so it has got 20 marks, and all you need to do is answer all the questions. There is no question that you are going to leave out in this section. So you answer all the questions, and you answer these questions on the answer grid that is provided in the answer booklet. Okay, so for me, since we are just revising, I'm going to be answering these questions on the same question paper. Okay, but that's what you don't do. What you do is you answer your questions of section A on the answer grid provided, like this one. Okay, so that's why you mark. If your answer is A, you put a cross on A. If your answer is B, you put a cross on B. That's what you need to do in an examination room. But for revision, I'm going to be answering my questions on the same paper. Okay. Question 1 was as follows. The department responsible for checking correctness of business transaction in an organization is known as dash department. The department responsible for checking correctness of business transactions in an organization is known as dash department. A. Sales department. B. Procurement department. C. Administration department. D. Accounts. So the department that is in charge of checking the correctness of business transaction in an organization is account department. Is accounts department. Question 2. The system of keeping records of an organization in one place is called dash filing. The system of keeping records of an organization in one place is called dash filing. A. Centralized filing. B. Departmental filing. C. Institutional filing. D. Organizational filing. So the correct answer is A. Centralized filing. Okay, that is centralized filing. Question 3 was as follows. Dash is a way of strengthening entrepreneurial activities. Dash is a way of strengthening entrepreneurial activities. A. Job creation. B. Reading magazines. C. Risk taking. D. Self-reliance. Self-reliance. A. Job creation. B. Reading magazines. C. Risk taking. D. Self-reliance. The correct answer is B. Reading magazines. So reading magazines is a way of strengthening entrepreneurial activities. Question 4 was as follows. The ending of a business as a result of partners having different ideas of running the business is known as. The ending of a business as a result of partners having different ideas of running the business is known as A. Time lapse. B. Payback. C. Disagreement. D. Bankruptcy. A. Time lapse. B. Payback. C. Disagreement. D. Bankruptcy. The correct answer is C. Disagreement. Please, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on other platforms. We are on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So you can follow us on those platforms so that we continue revising together. And we also encourage you to participate in our fundraising that we are learning. Please, any contribution will be appreciated as it is going to make a major difference. Question 5 was as follows. An office stationery used for holding 2 or more papers together in a folder is called a paper dash. An office stationery used for holding papers or for holding 2 or more papers together in a folder is called a paper dash. A. Clip. B. Envelope. C. Pin. D. Tray. A. Clip. B. Envelope. C. Pin. D. Tray. So the correct answer is A. creep. It's called a paper creep. A paper creep. So an office stationery used for holding two or more papers together in a folder is called a paper creep. Question 6 was as follows. The payment for 20 bags of cement after 1 month is an example of a dash transaction. A. Bank. B. Barter. C. Cash. D. Credit. The payment for 20 bags of cement after 1 month is an example of a dash transaction. A. Bank. B. Barter. C. Cash. D. Credit. The correct answer is D. Credit. It's an example of a credit transaction. Credit transaction. Question 7 was as follows. A business document showing the goods available for sale in color pictures is called. A business document showing the goods available for sale in color picture is called A. Catalog. A catalog. B. An estimate. C. A quotation. D. A tender. A. A catalog. B. An estimate. C. A quotation. D. A tender. The correct answer is A. A catalog. Question 8 was as follows. A dash is a source document which remains in the checkbook as a record of payment for goods. A dash is a source document which remains in the checkbook as a record of payment for goods. A. A credit stub. B. A credit card. C. Check stub. D. Check card. A. Credit stub. B. Credit card. C. Check stub. D. Check card. So the correct answer is C. Check stub. Check stub. Question 10 is as follows. Shining Stars Limited is an example of dash account. Shining Stars Limited is an example of dash account. A. Real. B. Personal. C. Nominal. D. Asset. A. Real. B. Personal. C. Nominal. D. Asset. So the correct answer here is B. Personal account. Shining Stars Limited is an example of personal account. So the correct answer is B. Okay, please, if you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends, and we encourage you to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Please, we also encourage you to participate in our fundraising, which we have on this channel, and it is also on other platforms. We encourage you to participate in our fundraising. Any amount will be appreciated and will make a big difference. Question 11 was as follows. The personal accounts of credit customers are recorded in the dash ledger. A. Sales. B. Purchases. C. Nominal. D. General. The personal accounts of credit customers are recorded in the dash ledger. A. Sales. B. Purchases. C. Nominal. D. General. The correct answer is A. Sales ledger. Sales ledger. The personal accounts of credit customers are recorded in the sales ledger. Sales ledger. 12 was as follows. The following details were available in the books of Kangwa on 31st October 2022. Okay. The following details were available in the books of Kangwa on 31st October 2022. So what was in Kangwa's books are creditors 5,650 kwacha, stock, that is opening stock on 1st November 2021 was 7,500 kwacha. Debtors, that was 10,000 kwacha. Bank overdraft, that was 3,350 kwacha. Stock, that is closing stock on 31st October 2022 was 22,500 kwacha. Cash in hand, that was 8,000 kwacha. Okay, then the actual question is calculate the working capital as at that date. So as at that date, the date is 31st October 2022. 31st October 2022. Okay, so we need to find the working capital according to these transactions given. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to come up with the formula of finding working capital. So working capital is equal to current asset minus current liabilities. Current assets minus current liabilities. Okay, so let's start with the current assets. Okay, which entries are current assets? Okay, so current assets, we have got closing stock, which is 22,500 kwacha. The other current asset is debtors, which is 10,000 kwacha, and the other asset in these transactions is cash in hand, which is 8,000 kwacha. Okay, so these three are the current assets. So now we have found the current assets, then we just find the total. So we add 22,500 plus 10,000 kwacha plus 8,000 kwacha will give us 40,000 kwacha 500. 40,000 kwacha 500. Okay. So now we come to current liabilities. So since we have found 40,000 kwacha, 40,500 kwacha, we're also going to write there on assets down there, we're going to write 40,500 kwacha. Then we come to current liabilities. So which entries or transactions are current liabilities? We have got bank overdraft, which is 3,350 kwacha. Then we have also creditors, which is 5,650 kwacha. Okay, these are current liabilities. So we find the sum of that. Then when you add that 3,000, when you add 3,350 kwacha plus 5,650 kwacha will give us 9,000. So we're going to say, we're going to go there on top and write minus 9,000. So we have an expression which is 40,500 minus 9,000 kwacha. So when we find the difference of 40,500 minus 9,000 will give us 31,500. 31,500. 31,500, that is the working capital. That is the working capital. So the correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. Okay, so basically this is how you solve this one. Question 13 was as follows. A worker at PMD Limited Company gets 9,000 per month and 780 kwacha for housing allowance. The total deduction on the payslip are as follows. Pay as you earn 1,200, pension contribution 650 kwacha, and 2,300 for loan repayment. Calculate the worker's net pay. A, 9,780 kwacha. B, 5,630 kwacha. C, 4,850 kwacha. D, 4,150 kwacha. Okay, the question is, a worker at PMD Limited Company gets 9,000 kwacha per month and 780 kwacha for housing allowance. The total deduction on the payslip are as follows: pay as you earn 1,200 kwacha, pension contribution 650 kwacha, and 2,300 kwacha for loan repayment. Calculate the worker's net pay. A. 9,780 kwacha, B. 5,630 kwacha, C. 4,850 kwacha, D. 4,150 kwacha. Okay, so for us to calculate the net pay for this worker, what we need to understand, that when we find the gross income, we should deduct the deductions. Then it's going to give us the net pay. So we can come up with an expression which is net pay is equal to gross income minus deductions. So first, let's find the gross income. Okay, so gross income is what he gets paid, which is 9,000, plus the housing allowance, which is 780 kwacha. Then when we combine those, when you add those, 9,000 plus 780 kwacha will give us 9,780 kwacha. This is the gross income. So we'll write it there under gross income. Then next, let's find the total deductions. So we are told first one is pay as you earn, which is 1,200, plus pension contribution, which is 650 kwacha, then plus 2,300 for a loan deduction. So we have got those three deductions, which is 1,200 plus 650 kwacha plus 2,300 kwacha. So when you punch those in your calculator, they should be able to give you 4,150 kwacha. Now 4,150 kwacha is the total deductions, so we write it under deduction like that, 4,150 kwacha. When you find the difference of 9,780 and 4,150 kwacha, you are going to get 5,630 kwacha. 5,630 kwacha. Now that is the net pay. That is the net pay. So the correct answer is B, which is 5,630 kwacha. Okay, so if you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Please remember to follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. We also encourage you to participate in our fundraising. Please, any contribution will be worthwhile. Question 14 was as follows. The method of investment in which owners of a business earn dividend is called A. Banking, B. Bonds, C. Entrepreneurship, D. Shares. The method of investment in which owners of a business earn dividends is called dash. A. Banking, B. Bonds, C. Entrepreneurship, D. Shares. The correct answer is D. Shares. Question 15 was as follows. The financial institution owned and controlled by individuals who use its services is known as A. Bring de change, B. Commercial bank, C. Credit unions, D. Microfinance company. The financial institutions owned and controlled by individuals who use its services is known as A. Bring de change, B. Commercial bank, C. Credit unions, D. Microfinance. So the correct answer is C. credit unions. Credit unions. Question 16 was as follows. The postal service which enables one to send and receive money within and from other countries is known as? The postal service which enables one to send and receive money within and from other countries is known as A. Money order, B. Money transfer, C. Postal order, D. Postal transfer. A. Money order, B. Money transfer, C. Postal order, D. Postal transfer. The correct answer is B. B, which is money transfer. The postal service which enables one to send and receive money within and from other countries is known as money transfer. Question 17 was as follows. The abbreviation LAN stand for? The abbreviation LAN stand for A. Local area network, B. Local approved network, C. Local area network, D. Local access network. A. Local area network, B. Local approved network, C. Local area network, D. Local access network. The correct answer is A. Local area network. The abbreviation LAN stands for local area network. Local area network, which is A. Question 18 is as follows. Kalunga ensures that the old equipment are repaired to improve the efficiency and productivity of the company. To which department does Kalunga belong? Dash department. A. Sales, B. Production, C. Procurement, D. Maintenance. Kalunga ensures that the old equipment are repaired to improve efficiency and productivity of the company. To which department does Kalunga belong? Dash department. A. Sales, B. Production, C. Procurement, D. Maintenance. So Kalunga belong to maintenance department. Kalunga ensures that the old equipment are repaired to improve efficiency and productivity of the company. To which department does Kalunga belong? Maintenance department. Maintenance department. Question 19 was as follows. Chavota intends to start a business in an area with good road network, skilled workers, but very rude to customers and with no other similar business existing in that area. The area also has a number of theft cases reported. According to the SWOT analysis, which of the following is an opportunity to the business? Chavota intends to start a business in an area with good road network, skilled workers, but very rude to customers and with no other similar business existing in that area. The area also has a number of theft cases reported. According to the SWOT analysis, which of the following is an opportunity to the business? A. Good road network, B. No other business exists, C. Skilled workers in the area, D. Theft around the area. Okay, so A. Good network, good road network, B. No other business exists, C. Skilled workers in the area, theft around the area, that is D. So the question is, which of the following is an opportunity to the business. So the opportunity to the business is no other business exists. Okay, it's an opportunity, it's a bigger one. Even if the load network can be bad, but if there is this no other business exists, if in that area there is no other business, then you can still establish the business and the business will do well, because despite the load network being bad, people will still come and get your services or your products. So the correct answer is B. Question 20 was as follows. Folloco wishes to open a bank account to be depositing 1,500 every 10th of each month for 2 years. Which bank account should Folloco open? Dash account. A. Current. B. Deposit. C. Investment. D. Savings. Folloco wishes to open a bank account to be depositing 1,500 every 10th of each month for 2 years. Which bank account should Folloco open? Dash account. A. Current account. B. Deposit account. C. Investment account. D. Savings account. So the correct answer is C. Investment account. Investment account. Okay, we have come to the end of section A, and if you have reached up to this far, thank you so much for taking time and revising with us. We encourage you to like this video if you find it helpful, and also share with your friends, and follow us on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. We sure are going to revise with you extensively on these 4 platforms. Okay, and we also want to encourage you to participate in our fundraising. You can deposit any amount, even 5 kwacha is okay. It will make a big difference. So just participate by depositing any amount in those numbers on the screen. You are just supporting our work. We don't charge. We intend to be revising with you on a free basis. So we don't want to create classes that will bring separation to those who don't have enough funds and those who have funds. So we wish to just continue revising with you free of charge. So the fundraising is there to help us with our studio equipment and also the maintenance. Okay, mainly it's just our studio equipment. Once we have access to those, I'm sure maintaining, like buying bundles for us to go online, we are going to manage. As for now, we want to have those equipments that will assist us to also speed up our production, because we have limited equipment that is during our production. So we need to wait for another person to finish, then you'll get, and you will also work on other video of another subject. So we want to have many equipments that can assist us to work simultaneously. So just participate. We will really be grateful, and you'll support our cause, which will be also great. Okay, so thank you so much. Let's go to section B. Question 1A was as follows. Arrange the following in numerical order. Arrange the following in numerical order. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to arrange these numbers. The NRC numbers, I presume. So what we need to do is we need to arrange these NRC numbers in numerical order. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the smallest number going upwards. So arrange these numbers in ascending order. Okay, so we have got the first number there, and let me just say all the 4 numbers. So when you look at all the 4 numbers, you see that all of them, they start with 72. Okay, now when you come to the 3rd and 4th number, you see that, or let's just say when you come to the 3rd number, which is 4, 4, 3, 4. you see that on the number that is on number 3, it has got 3. Okay, so that number is going to be the first one, so we can write that number as first. Then we come to the fourth number. We can see that these remaining 3, they have got 9999. Okay, so we come to the fifth, it's 11. Sixth, it's 33. Seventh, it's 11. Then when we come to 80th number, we have got 404. 2 is smaller, will be the next, will be number 2. Okay, so that number is going to be number 2. Then we have remained with number 1 and number 4. Okay, so they have got 4, but the next numbers, they also have got 1, then 11, then 10. So number 4 will be number 3. The number on number 4 will be number 3. Then the number which is on 1 will be number 4. Like that, I've arranged these numbers in numerical order. So that is the correct answer there then. Question 1B was as follows. State whether the following statements are true or false. B1. A telex machine is a combination of a typewriter and telephone which enables one to send and receive message from customers. A telex machine is a combination of a typewriter and telephone which enables one to send and receive messages from customers. So is that true? Yes, it's true. So the correct answer there is true. We come to B2. A telephone allows one to send and receive verbal, pictures and videos using a wireless signal from the service provider. A telephone allows one to send and receive verbal, pictures and videos using a wireless signal from the service provider. Now here, the key thing that will help us to identify, to know whether the statement is correct or not, is to understand telephone. What is telephone? Okay, so this is mainly like in Zambia, we refer it to land phone. Okay, this one does not allow receiving of pictures and videos. Verbal, yes, but pictures and videos, no. So the correct answer there is false. The correct answer there is false. Unless if they said a cell phone, then it could have been true. Now, as long as they have said telephone, then the answer will be wrong. Question 1C was as follows. Which of the following are voluntary deductions? Which of the following are voluntary deductions? Okay, so here what you need to understand is you need to understand what is a voluntary deduction. Okay, so I'll explain on two deductions, which is stationary and statutory. Okay, so let me start with the voluntary. Voluntary deduction, this is an employee willingly sign for that deduction. It can be a loan deduction, it can be an insurance deduction which is not mandatory. Okay, for instance, you want your house to be insured, then you sign for an insurance and then they start deducting from your payslip. That will be voluntary deduction. At any time you can stop the deduction. Okay, so that is the one you as an employee voluntarily decide to engage into that deduction, which you have the right to stop at any time. Okay, now we come to statutory deduction. Statutory deduction, this is by command from your employer or the government. Okay, you can be employed in the private sector, but you will be obliged to pay a certain deduction, pay as you earn, something like that. You can also, if you can also be, the government can also demand to deduct your NAPSA or NAPSA deductions, your pension deduction, anything they can. So those statutory deductions you have no power over. You can't decide to stop or to continue. As long as you are working, they'll impose those deductions. Who? The government or the company. Okay, so those deductions are non-negotiable. Statutory deductions are non-negotiable, and employees, they don't have power whether to continue or not. It is on demand from government or the company. Okay, so I hope you understand voluntary and statutory deduction. Statutory deduction, this is by command from the employer or government. Voluntary, this is one kind of deduction where you as an employee engage into. It can be a loan, or like I said later on, it can be an insurance, anything. Okay, or you have bought something on hire purchase and they're deducting like that. It can be. So those are voluntary deductions. Okay, so those are the ones you decide on your own, okay, to get involved into. That those are voluntary. So those are the ones we are looking for. They're asking us to find which of the following are voluntary deductions. So those are the ones we are looking for. So let's start with the number one, which is personal house insurance premium payment. So that one is voluntary deduction. Like I said earlier on, you want to insure your house, that is voluntary deduction. Pay as you earn, that is statutory deduction. You have no power over it. When immediately you get employed, that one start running the deduction of pay as you earn. 3, payment of club subscription, that is voluntary. You can choose to stop paying the club subscription or you continue. The decision is in the hands of an employee. 4, loan installment repayment. This one is your decision. Okay, maybe you're wondering, how is my decision? Because if the loan is running, I can't tell them to stop. Yes, your decision is at the beginning. You decide whether to get involved with the loan institution by getting a loan from them so that they start deducting. So you decide there on the onset of getting a loan, you decide, I want them to be deducting. Okay, and then if you decide to stop them, you just look for a balance of the loan, you pay them and they will move out. Okay, so there, the power of deciding whether the loan institution start deducting you or not is yours as well. That is voluntary as well. Personal levy payment, this one is statutory deduction. This one is statutory deduction. You have no say about it. 5 or 6, hire purchase installment payment. This one is voluntary. Like I said earlier on, you buy something on hire purchase, you buy a TV and you decide to be paying in parts. Like you get a TV for 10,000 and then you start paying back 500 per month, 500 per month. You start making payments of installments, 500 per month, 500 per month, until the balance, or until you clear the cost. Then that is your decision, and that is hire purchase. So that is voluntary deduction. Okay, so basically those were the answers. If you have got questions, please you can ask in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We also encourage you to participate in our ongoing fundraising. We will really be grateful for your support. We intend to continue revising with you online free of charge, and we want to have all the learners to get involved. So we would appreciate your gesture of participating in our fundraising. Any amount will make a difference. Question 2A was as follows. Recently, a painter was assigned to paint the school hall. The following were the items needed to paint the hall. 25 by 20 liters of oil paint at 650 kwacha per tin. 3 by 5 liters containers of thinners at 700 kwacha each. Labor cost was at 10% of the total cost of the items. Required fill in the estimate. Okay, let me go through the statement and the question again. Recently, a painter was assigned to paint the school hall. The following were the items needed to paint the school hall: 25 by 20 liters of oil paint at 650 kwacha per tin. 3 by 5 liters containers of thinners at 700 kwacha each. Labor cost was at 10% of the total cost of the items. Required fill in the estimate. Okay, so this is the frame I'm going to use for the estimate. Okay, then I'll write on top estimate, then quantity in the first column, items in the second column, total price, then I've got kwacha and ngwe sign there. Okay, so the first item to be recorded in this estimate is 25 by 20 liters of oil paint at 650 kwacha per tin. Okay, so now how much will this cost? So what we need to do is we need to multiply 25 by 650 kwacha, which will give us 16,250 kwacha. Okay, then the second item is 3 by 5 liter containers of thinners at 700 kwacha. So we multiply 3 by 700 kwacha, which will give us 2,100. Now we come to the third entry, which is labor cost was at 10% of the total cost of the items. Okay, so for us to find how much labor will be, we need to find the value of 10% of the total cost. So meaning we need to add the cost of paint plus the cost of thinners. So when we add that, we are going to have the total cost of items. So we say 16,250 kwacha plus 2,100 kwacha will give us 18,350 kwacha. Okay, then 18,350 kwacha is the total cost. Then we are going to multiply it by 10 over 100. Why 10 over 100? Because percent means out of 100. So if we say 10%, we are saying 10 out of 100. So we say 18,350 kwacha times 10 over 100. So what we're going to do, we're going to multiply 18,000 plus 18,350 kwacha times 10 will give us 183,500 kwacha. Then we say over 100. Now we can see that 183,500 has 2 zeros and 100 down has 2 zeros, so we can cancel the 2 zeros. When we cancel the 2 zeros, on top will remain with 1,835 kwacha, then down will remain with 1. Then we say 1,835 kwacha divided by 1 will give us 1,835 kwacha. Now 1,835 kwacha is the value of the labor cost. Is the value of the labor cost. So we can say labor cost was at 10% of the total cost of the items, which is equal to 1,835 kwacha. Okay, now after we have put these now items or the cost of things and the cost of items and labor, we can now find the sum of these. So when you add 16,250 kwacha plus 2,100 plus 1,835 will give us 20,185 kwacha. Now, for the school hall to be fully painted, the school should budget at least 20,185 kwacha. Okay, for them to do the entire job and to leave the school hall painted. The labor, the paint, and the thinners will be in that 20,185 kwacha. Okay, so basically what I can urge you to do is, if you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have questions, please don't forget to ask in the comment section, as well as make sure you follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Okay, and we also want to encourage you to participate in our fundraising that is going on. Please, we will really be encouraged and feel appreciated if you participate. It doesn't matter. I don't want you to break your bank account. All I want is even the small contribution. A 5 kwacha will make a big difference. So please participate in our fundraising so that we continue offering you free online revisions. Okay, free online revisions. It will help us with acquiring new equipment as well as maintaining. However, the biggest target we have with this fundraising is to acquire new equipment that can help us to go live, so that we continually revise with you without any cost. For maintenance, like bundles, I think we can still manage like we usually manage. What we need is just to acquire equipment. So please participate in our fundraising. Okay, I'm sure you can see the numbers on the screen. Those are the numbers we're going to use, and the name that should appear is the one which is on the screen. Okay. Question 2B was as follows. On 20 May 2021, JMZ Limited supplied 10 board rulers to LPA Enterprise on credit at 150 kwacha each, less 5% trade discount. On 20 May 2021, JMZ Limited supplied 10 board rulers to LPA Enterprise on credit at 150 kwacha each, less 5% trade discount. Okay, so this is the statement. So the actual question is required. What we are required? We are required to fill in an invoice, note. We are required to fill in an invoice note. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me just minimize the question. Okay, now that is, now I've made it a bit smaller. Then now let's see, come up with a frame for the invoice. So this is the frame that we are going to use. So what we are required to enter there is, one, the detail of the company where this invoice belongs to. So when you go to the statement, we will understand that the company that supplied was JMZ Limited. So we're going to write JMZ Limited under invoice there. Okay, so basically, how are you going to know what details to enter? Where you are supposed to enter your answers, it will be marked. Okay, now mostly that's how invoices are. They have the name of the company, okay, the heading, which is the invoice, and then there is the name of the company next to the invoice. Okay, now once we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say where is this invoice going to? The company which is JMZ Limited supplied 10 board rulers. It is LPA Enterprise. That's where this invoice is heading to. Okay, once we have entered that, then we come to date. So we enter the date. So the date is 20th May 2021. So we're going to write 20 May 2021. Okay, now once we have entered the preliminaries, those early stage details like the name of the company, where the invoice is coming from, and where the invoice is going to, and the date when the invoice is being prepared. Okay, once we have entered that, then we can come down here and enter now the actual transaction that happened. Okay, so we are told that JMZ Limited supplied 10 board rulers. So what we're going to do there, we're going to write 10. Okay, 10, that is 10 board rulers. Then how much each is? That is 150 kwacha. Then how many are they? There are 10. So when you multiply 10 by 150 kwacha, it will give us 1,500. Okay, like that we have entered. Then next, we are told that there is a trade discount that was offered, which is less 5%. Less 5%. So the total sum of the money to be paid minus 5%. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find the value of 5% of 1,500. So the value of 5% of 1,500 is 75 kwacha. So we say 1,500 minus 75 kwacha will give us 1,425. Okay, so this is the money that LPA Enterprise is supposed to pay for the 10 board rulers. Okay, so basically that's how you prepare the invoice. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Please don't forget to participate in our fundraising program. We encourage you to just give us anything that you can afford. Please don't stretch your budget or don't panic, but just participate in our fundraising. We'll really appreciate and will reciprocate by creating videos that will help you. Question 3A is as follows. Use the given list of documents to describe each of the following statements. Use the given list of documents to describe each of the following statements. Word list. So we have got word list there. We have trading license, memorandum of association, business plan, articles of association, partnership deed. Okay, we have got trading license, memorandum of association, business plan, articles of association, partnership deed. Okay, those are the words that we are supposed to use to describe the statements in given. Okay, so let's start with the statement 1, which is the document showing how profits and losses will be shared by partners. The document showing how profits and losses will be shared by partners. Okay, so the one that is showing how much percentage of the profit or loss you're going to be getting. So each partner has to know, and this information should be written in what document. Okay, so the document where they write, or where you can find the percentage of each partner of the profit or loss made by the company, will be found in the document called partnership deed. Okay, partnership deed. That's why you find the percentage of how much profit each partner will get. Okay, we come to question 2, which is, or the statement 2, which is the document showing the regulation and relationship of the business with the outside world. The document showing the regulation and and relationship of the business with the outside world, that is memorandum of association. Memorandum of association. Okay, 3. A document showing how an entrepreneur intends to start and run a new business. A document showing how an entrepreneur intends to start and run a new business. That is business plan. That is business plan. Okay. We come to statement 4, which is a legal document showing authority to carry out certain business activity. A legal document showing authority to carry out certain business activities. So the answer is trading license. Trading license. Okay. Number 5, statement number 5. The document showing the internal rules of conducting the affairs of the business. The document showing the internal rules of conducting the affairs of the business. Okay, the document that's showing the internal rules of conducting the affairs of the business is articles of association. Articles of association. Okay, so basically these were the answers to this question. So if you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. And if you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said earlier on, and also don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So please, you can follow us also on these platforms. Otherwise, we urge you to support us with our fundraising. Okay, so you can see the numbers that are scrolling on the screen there. You can send us your token on those in any of those 3 mobile numbers you are seeing on the screen. Okay, we come to question 3B. So question 3B was as follows. Vukata's monthly income was 7,500 as a salary and 500 kwacha as commission received. She spent 1/5 of the total monthly income on house rent and 3/5 on food and transport. Okay, so the expenditure here are given in form of a fraction. Okay, so what we are required to do is we are required to prepare Vukata's budget. Let me go through again. Vukata's monthly income was 7,500 kwacha as a salary and 500 kwacha as commission received. She spent 1/5 of the total monthly income on house rent and 3/5 on food and transport. Required, prepare Vukata's budget. So what we need to do is to prepare Vukata's budget. Okay, so before we start preparing the budget for Vukata, the first thing we need to do is we need to find how much Vukata spent on food and transport and how much Vukata spent on house rent. Okay, because here we are given fractions, not the actual amount. So what we need to do is we need to find these first before we even start preparing the budget, so that when we start preparing the budget, it will be easier for us. Okay, so let's start with the house rent. How much did Vukata spend on house? Okay, so we are told Vukata's income for the month was 7,500 plus 500, which will give us 8,000. Okay, so we say 1/5 times 8,000. Okay, 1 over 5 times 8,000. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find a common factor that can go into 8,000 and into 5. So 5 itself is a factor that can go into 8,000 and 5. So what we can do is we can, when we say 5 into 8, yes, it can go to give us a remainder. So we can even consider 80 as we get 8 and 0. Okay, so it becomes 80. Then we say 5 into 80, it will go 16 times. Then 5 into 5, it will go 1 time. 1 into 1, it will give us 1 times. Now we have got 16 here, which came from 80 when it divided by 5. And these two zeros, that means we have now 1,600. So we have 1 times 1,600. When we multiply 1 times 1,600 kwacha, will give us 1,600 kwacha. Okay, so this is the amount is Bukata spent on house rent. Okay, now we come to, remember, we want to find the value of these fractions before we start drawing up the budget for Bukata. So what we're going to do is now we're going to come to the food and transport expenditure, which is 3 over 5. So we're going to say 3 over 5 times 80. Then just like we did now, I'll try to use a different way, maybe you would understand it in case you got confused when we divided 5 by 80. Okay, so the other way we can do is 80 just like that. Then we say 5 into 80 to go 1 time, remainder 3. Then we put 3 next to the 0 here, which we were saying 80 here. Okay, then we say 5 into 30. Now because this 3 is next to this 0, we will consider this one to be 30. So we say 5 into 30, it will go 6 times. Okay, so we have got 16 on top there. Then these two zeros down, we didn't use them, so we can even lift them up and put there on top so that we have 1,600 there, because these zeros, we didn't use these zeros. So if you haven't used the zeros, all you do is you take these the zeros you haven't used. Now remember, only zeros. If it's 1, 2 other numbers, you don't do that. You divide until all the numbers finishes. But if they are zeros, you just lift those zeros. Since we have remained with 2, we lift them, we put them together with 16 so that it becomes 1,600. Okay, now I'm doing this for those who can have difficulties in using the calculator. Since in BS we are allowed to come with a calculator, if you fail to punch this, this is how you can calculate. If you don't have a calculator, this is what you can do so that you don't lose marks. Okay, so we have now 3 over 1 times 1,600. So 1 into 3, it will be 3. Then 3, then we multiply 3 by 1,600. We write it here, 1,600. So 3 times 1,600, it will give us 4,800. 4,800 is the expenditure that Bukata made on food and transport. This is the expenditure of food and transport. Okay, now once we have done this, then we can go ahead and draft or draw up the Bukata's budget. Okay, so I'm going to bring out this form. This is the form we're going to use. Okay, and it has got the heading already, Bukata's budget. Okay, so we have details, kwacha and ngwesa in there, kwacha and ngwesa in there. Okay, now what we're going to do first, we're going to consider the incomes first. So we say income. The first income is salary, which is 7,500 kwacha. We write it here. Then the second income is 500 kwacha, which is commission. We write commission 500 kwacha here. Before we go to the expenditures, we find the total income for that particular month. So we say 7,500 plus 500 will give us 8,000. So the total income for Bukata in that month was 8,000. Okay, now once we have done this, then we come to expenditure. So we say less expenditures. We should subtract the expenditures from the income so that we see if Bukata will remain with anything or not, or if he is going to. So we say lent is 1,600 kwacha. That's what we found. Remember here on the left corner of the screen, that's where we're calculating from. You can see we found that lent was 1,600. I'm just speaking from here, this side. Then food and transport, we found that on food and transport we got spent 4,800. Okay, then we come now, once we've done this, we find the total expenditure. So total expenditure or total expenses is equal to, when you add 1,600 to 4,800, you are going to get 6,400 kwacha. This is the total expenses. This is the total expenses. Then now, once we have found the total expenses and we have got the total income, now we can find whether we can remain with some money or not. So we say 8,000 minus 6,400 will leave us with 1,600, which is Wukata is going to save, or the savings will be 1,600, or we can say the saving or the surplus will be 1,600. Okay, so this is what Bukata's budget will be like. Okay, so Bukata will manage to save some money at the end of the month. Okay, unless if he or she encounters an emergency that she didn't plan for, then that's when she can go and use 1,600. Okay, so basically that is the budget for Bukata. If you have got questions, please you can ask in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video if you found it helpful. Remember also to share. Sharing is caring. Okay, please participate in our fundraising program. We are fundraising for a good cause for our studio. We want to improve our studio, so please make sure you contribute anything that you have. It doesn't matter, it can be 5 kwacha, anything, as long as it's a contribution, it will make a difference. Okay, question 3C was as follows. On 25 July 2021, Taonga Tembo, an account order at BVA Bank PLC, Mukuyu branch, decided to withdraw 1,376 kwacha from the bank account number 13477102. Required, fill in a withdrawal slip. Okay, so I'll go through the statement again. Okay, on 25 July 2021, Taonga Tembo, an account order at BVA Bank PLC, Mukuyu branch, decided to withdraw 1,376 kwacha from the bank account number 13477102. Required, fill in a withdrawal slip. Okay, so here the task at hand is to prepare a withdrawal slip. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in at the question a bit. Okay, then I'm going to bring the withdrawal slip of BVA Bank PLC. Okay, so this is the withdrawal slip for this bank, and you can see there it's written withdrawal slip. So we need to fill in these blank spaces. I'm sure you can see these blank spaces which are indicated by dotted lines. Okay, so let's start with the branch. Okay, we have got the branch there, and from the statement we are told that the account is with Mukuyu branch. So we write Mukuyu there. Okay, and we come to date when is Taonga Tembo withdrawing this money. It's on 25th July 2021. So we write 25th July 2021 there. Okay, then we come to account name, that is Taonga Tembo. Taonga Tembo. Okay, account number, so we go to account number, which is 13477102. That is the account number. Okay, now here again I want to emphasize on the account number. When answering this question, you make sure you copy the exact account number that is in the question. Even when I want to withdraw money from my bank account, I use the exact account number. If I use a different one, that means I won't be able to get the money. So the name and the account number should match. Okay, every detail here should be correct, including the branch should be correct. Okay, and when you are writing, you make sure you don't rub. If you rub, you countersign. That means where you have rubbed, you put your signature. Okay, so if I rub 1,000 in my statements, there on top where I've rubbed, I write 1,000. I sign my signature there, or I get another withdrawal slip. Okay, so in case that is getting another withdrawal slip is not possible, you just countersign there where I've rubbed. So you make sure you put in the accurate information. Okay, now we come to amount in figures. We have is Taonga Tembo wants to withdraw 1,376. That is the amount in figures, so that's the one I've written there. Amount in words, so we write the amount in words. It is 1,376 kwacha. That is the amount of money Taonga wants to withdraw. You see, 1,376 kwacha. Okay, then down we have customer's signature. Then Taonga puts her signature or his signature. Now look at this. Here we are giving an example. We don't know the signature of Taonga. So what you put here, where it's written customer signature, you put the signature that is on your NRC, as well as that the signature of submitted to the bank. So most we submit the signature which is on our NRC. So that's the one you maintain. If the signature does not match with the one which is in the system with this computerized age, that means you are not going to withdraw. Before the coming of computers, when you submit your withdrawal slip, we used also to submit the NRC. Okay, so that the person can check what the signature on the NRC and that is which is on the withdrawal slip. Okay, so basically that's how you fill in the withdrawal slip like they have shown. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Remember to support us on our fundraising. Please support us to encourage us to make more videos for you. Question 1A was as follows. The following transactions were taken from the books of BXY Enterprise in the month of April 2020. So, 1 April started business with 2,100 kwacha cash and 4,570 kwacha at the bank. On 2nd April, bought machinery by check, 2,850 kwacha. Okay, so they bought machinery for 2,850 kwacha. On 15th, bought goods by cash, 1,500 kwacha. On 27th, withdrew 3,020 kwacha from the bank for business use. 28th, paid for motor expense by cash, 540 kwacha. Required, prepare BXY Enterprise 2-column cash book. Okay, so we need to prepare a 2-column cash book for BXY Enterprise. Okay, so before we go ahead and start preparing this, I want you to take time and go through the transactions and the question, the actual question which requires us to prepare a 2-column cash book for BXY Enterprise. Okay, once you have done that, then you can go ahead and enter this transaction. So the first transaction happened on 1st April 2020, which is started business with 2,100 kwacha cash and 4,570 kwacha at the bank. So we're going to enter this transaction as capital. So as he was starting the company, he had a capital of 2,100 cash and 4,570 kwacha at the bank. So these will be debited. All these two transactions will be debited in both sections. So in cash, we have debited 2,100, and in bank, we have debited 4,570 kwacha. Okay. On 2nd April 2020, bought machinery by check 2,850 kwacha. Okay, so buying machinery by check, that means the money from his account will be paid to that company where he has gotten the machine. So meaning machinery will be credited under bank section. Okay, so we are going to write like the way we have written. On 15th, bought goods by cash 1,500. So on 15th, he made some purchases. So we're going to write purchases, then we credit. Remember, it's he bought by cash. That means the cash column will be credited. Okay, so 1,500 will be credited on the cash column. Okay, then the next transaction happened on 27th of April 2020. What happened is withdrew 3,020 from the bank for business use. Okay, now here we need to be very careful and please pay attention. He withdrew the money from the bank. Now this money was withdrawn not to give someone, but he just withdrew, then meaning the cash in hand will increase by the amount he has withdrawn from the bank. Okay, so what will happen is from the cash column we are going to debit this transaction, which is 3,020 kwacha, and then on the bank section we are going to credit, because from the bank account he has removed some money, so we are going to credit this 3,020 kwacha. Okay, so on cash side we are going to debit, on bank side we are going to credit. Okay, then we come to 29, the transaction that happened on 29, which is paid for motor expense by cash 540 kwacha. Okay, so motor expense, that's what we're going to write, motor expenses, then we say how much, that was 540 kwachas. Then this money was coming, or he paid by cash, that means we're going to credit the cash section or the cash column. We're going to credit the cash column, so that's why we're going to put 540 kwacha. Now we have come to the end of the transactions that happened in April for BXY Enterprise. So now these are the transactions that happened. As you can see, now we can try to balance this two-column cash book. Okay, so first we need to find out how much balance is remaining, and if we need to find out whether there is some money left in hands, and also if there's some money left at the bank. So what we're going to do is we are going to go under these columns. Okay, basically the other way you can use is just check for the columns that have got a sum which is bigger than the other column. Now when looking at cash column, check which one has got the bigger sum. If you add the entries, which one is giving you a bigger number? That's the one which will determine the money brought down and the money carried down. Okay, so when we look at debit and credit of cash, we know that the debit side will give us a bigger sum. If we add 2,100 plus 3,020 will give us 5,120. Okay, again when we check on the bank side, you find that the credit side will give us the bigger sum. Okay, as you can see on the debit side at the bank column we just have 4,570, but when you add 3,020 and 2,850 kwacha, these they'll give us a sum which is bigger than 4,570. Okay, so that's what we're going to add. So we add first these with bigger sums. So on the cash side we have got 5,120, that's the one we found. Then on the credit side of the bank column we're going to have 5,000 870 kwacha. Okay, so these are the, on the bank side, these are the withdrawal and the expenses that were made. Okay, now once we have done this, what we're going to do is now is I'm not going to show you this, but I'll tell you what to do. What you can do is you add, let's focus on the cash column. Okay, and let's go to the credit side. We add 1,500 plus 5,040. Not 5,540. We add 1,500 plus 540, which will give us 2,040 kwacha. Now, when we find the difference of 5,120 minus 2,040 kwacha, we are going to get 3,080 kwacha. Okay, this is the balance carried down. Okay, now when we come to, that is the balance carried down under cash column. Then when we come to bank column, when we find the difference, when we punch in 5,870 kwacha minus 4,570, we are going to remain with 1,300. Okay, now these differences we have found, we can write this as remember, we are trying to balance this book on 30th April 2020 before we enter in May. Okay, so when we balance these at the end of the month, then we can say 30th April 2020, balance carried down under cash column, we have 3,080 kwacha. Under bank column, we have 1,300 kwacha. Now, under cash, 3,080 kwacha is credited. Under bank, 1,300 is debited, like that. Okay. Now we come to balancing this. Now, since under cash we found 5,120, that means under credit as well, because under debit we found 5,120, that means under credit as well we're going to find 5,120. Okay, so when we add 1,500 plus 5,040 plus 3,080 will give us 5,120 kwacha. Again, on the bank section, under debit, when we add 4,570 plus 1,300 will give us 5,870. 5,870. Now, when you look at these numbers which I've written in blue, and you check the numbers that I've put in yellow, I don't know if it's called that one, you see that these numbers are the same. Okay, as a result, we have balanced the cash book there. Okay, so you can see the credit and the debit, they are giving us the same answer in both columns, under bank and cash. Okay, they are giving us the same answer. Okay, so meaning you just focus cash, you compare the debit and the credit. Bank, you compare debit and credit. Never should you compare debit of the cash and the credit of the bank, or debit of the cash and the debit of the bank. No, not that way. You just compare debit of cash to debit to credit of cash, debit of bank to credit of bank. You compare these. If they are giving you the same number, then the answer is correct. Okay, now the same information we had written under balance carried down, we are going to rewrite it, but this time we are going to put, if the balance carried down is in credit, we are going to put it in debit. Okay, if we're going to put it in debit under balance brought down. Okay, same applies with if the balance carried down is in debit, then is in debit under balance carried down, then under balance brought down, it will be under credit. So that's what we're going to write. So on the 1st May 2020, balance brought down was 3,080 kwacha cash. Okay, this is the amount that they came with. Then under bank, that will be 1,300 kwacha credited under bank. So this is bank overdraft. So we're going to put it like that. So that is the way you complete or compile or draw the 2-column cash book for any company or personal 2-column cash books. That's how it's balanced. If you've got questions, if there is anywhere where I've gotten confused, please you can ask me in the comment section. I'll be glad to clarify the points. Okay, otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Please, we encourage you to participate in our fundraising activity that we are running at on our page. Please do. Any amount will be appreciated. Thank you so much. Question 1B was as follows. MDE General Dealers had the following transaction in the month of January 2018. 1st January, bought motor vehicles on credit from Charwe Limited, 8,524 kwacha. That was the amount he bought the vehicles on credit. That means he didn't pay for the vehicles. On 20th January, returned one motor vehicle back to Charwe, costing 1,560 kwacha. Okay, we are required to prepare motor vehicles account as it would appear in MDE General Dealers Ledger. Okay, so we want to prepare a ledger account for motor vehicle. Okay, we want to prepare a motor vehicle account in the ledgers of MDE General Dealers. Okay, so let me go through the statement again so that we can get it fully. Okay, so it is as follows. MDE General Dealers had the following transactions in the month of January 2018. January 1, bought motor vehicles on credit from Charwe Limited, 8,524 kwacha. On 20th January, returned one motor vehicle back to Charwe, costing 1,560 kwacha. Okay, required. So what we are required to prepare is, or what we are required to do is prepare motor vehicles account as it would appear in MDE General Dealers Ledger. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to prepare a motor vehicle account for MDE General Dealers. Okay, so let me zoom in the question and I bring the flame for motor vehicle account for MDE General Dealers. Okay, so this is the flame that we are supposed to use. So on top there, it should read as MDE General Dealers Motor Vehicle Account. Okay, so in the ledger it will appear as a motor vehicle account. Then we have date, details, forward, debit, credit. Okay, so the year, that is the one we're going to start with, is 2018. Then the transaction was made on 1st January 2018, which is he bought vehicles on credit from Charwe. So we are going to write Charwe, then we are going to debit. Remember, these vehicles are coming to MDE General Dealers. So meaning the MDE General Dealers are gaining. So we're going to debit this. So we're going to have something like 8,524. Now remember, they haven't paid to credit their cash book. No. They have gotten vehicles on credit, so we are going to debit. It has come to their company. Okay. On 20th January, returned one motor vehicle back to Charwe, costing 1,560 kwacha. Now this time, the value of the vehicle, since he is returning one vehicle, that means the value is going down. So we're going to credit this one. So we're going to write Charwe, then 1,560 kwacha will be credited. Okay. Now once we have done this, these are the only two transactions that happened under motor vehicle account. So what we're going to do now here is we are going now to balance the book. Okay, we're going to balance the motor vehicle account. So for us to determine our balance carried down, what we can do, we can just look at these two numbers. Whichever number is bigger, that means that will be the total. Okay, the total income or expenditure of that particular month. So we can see that 8,524 is bigger than 1,560. That means we are going to subtract 1,560 from 8,524 for us to determine the balance carried down. Okay, so that's what we need to do. So you can punch in these numbers or this expression, which is 8,524 minus 1,560, which will give us the answer, which is 6,964 kwacha. Okay, this is balance carried down, and this is done on the 31st January 2018. 31st January 2018, we're going to write 31st January 2018, balance carried down will be 6,964 kwacha. Okay, now after I've done this, that means here when we balance these two columns, debit and credit, they should give us 8,524. Okay, 8,524 both. So when you add 1,560 plus 6,964 will give you 8,524. Okay, now once we have balance there, then we can come down and write balance brought down. So this one will be done on 1st February 2018. Balance brought down will be 6,964 kwacha. Okay, now remember, if the balance carried down was credited, then the balance brought down should be debited. Okay, so basically that's how you balance or you prepare the motor vehicle account. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is how you prepare motor vehicle account. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Please support our fundraising campaign that we have. We'll really be grateful if we see your support through that, so that we can upgrade our equipment so that we can be serving you better. This is our target. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share with your friends. Thank you. Question 2 was as follows. The following list of balances was extracted from the books of Wembia Mubita on 31st October 2021. So the balances are as follows. Discount received 1,340 kwacha. Purchases 4,940 kwacha. Sales 7,510 kwacha. Returns outwards 150 kwacha. Returns inwards 2,160 kwacha. Creditors 4,900 kwacha. Debtors 3,290 kwacha. Cash in hand 3,510 kwacha. What are we required to do? So we are required to prepare the trial balance with the correct heading. Okay, so these are the balances that are found in meters books, as well as that is the question that we are asked to do to prepare a trial balance for Wembia Muvita. Okay, so first let me zoom in the question and bring the frame for trial balance. So that's a frame for trial balance. As you can see, it has got details, debit, credit, kwacha sign, and ingwe sign, kwacha sign, and ingwe sign. Okay, like that. Then the first thing we need to do is we give this trial balance the correct name. Remember, they are saying we write the correct heading. So the heading should be Wembia Muvita's trial balance as at 31st October 2021. Okay, that's the heading. So once we've done that, we should be able to score 1 mark from there. Once we've done that, then we go to the book balances that are given. So let's start with the discount received. So discount received, which is 1,340 kwacha, will be written under credit. Discount received, that is, will credit that transaction, okay, or that balance. Then purchases, we are going to debit purchases, which is 4,940 kwacha. Sales will credit sales, that is 7,510 kwacha. Return outwards, we are going to credit that one as well, which is 150 kwacha. Returns inwards, we are going to debit this one, which is 2,160 kwacha. Creditors, we are going to credit this one, which is 4,900 kwacha. Then debtors, we are going to debit this one, which is 3,290 kwacha. Cash at hand, we are going to debit this one as well, which is 3,510 kwacha. Okay, now these are the book balances that we are given. So I've finished entering these. Now the thing is, if we have done it correctly, the totals we should get here down should be equal. Okay, so when you add all the transaction in debit column and all the transaction in credit column, they should give you the same answer. So when we add 4,940 kwacha plus 2,160 kwacha plus 3,290 kwacha plus 3,510 kwacha will give us 13,900. I hope you have punched those numbers. Please, you can use a calculator to punch those numbers. Don't struggle with adding using your head. It's a good one, but during the exams, carry the calculator and punch the numbers in the calculator. Let the calculator do the work for you. We come to credit section. We have got 1,340 kwacha plus 7,510 kwacha plus 150 kwacha plus 4,900 kwacha. When you punch these in a calculator, adding them, they should give you 13,900. Okay, so even this side, on the credit side, we have found 13,900. Okay, there are 8 transactions in each section, each column. There are 4 transactions. Okay, so now if you have punched that, then if you have found the answer correct, please, if you have a question, you can ask, but I'm sure you should find the correct answer, and these should be able to balance. Okay, if you have a query somewhere, please just ask in the comment section. We'll be glad to respond to your questions. Please be specific when you're asking the questions, because sometimes it's very difficult for us to respond to you when the question is not specific. At least you mention the question number for us to respond very easily to your question, and also you say the question the way it should be. You ask the question. If it's difficult for you to construct one, just find out from teachers. How can I ask? I want to find out this and this. How can I ask in English? They can type for you, or they can write for you, not really typing for you, but they can write the question for you. Then you come and type, and then I'll respond to it. Otherwise, Easy Learning zed-Mathematics, the future is bright. We are here to make sure that you do well in your exams, okay, by revising with you. Okay, it's Easy Learning Z comprises of responsible teachers that cannot even encourage leakages. We want hard work. By the time we're going to retire, we want to make sure that we have made students that will take up, we have made teachers that will take up our mantles. So we will build good mantles, those mantles that you are going to carry on. So we want you to come and teach our grandchildren or our children, but you should be genuine teachers, those who have succeeded. That's the goal of Easy Learning Z. We'll continue revising with you free of charge. Just buy bundles and come online and revise with us. We want to make sure that you do well in your exams. So if you have questions, please ask in the comment section. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends. Otherwise, we encourage you also to participate on our fundraising program, which we have. I'm sure by now you have known it. Please, any contribution will be meaningful to us. Let's go to the next question. Question 3 was as follows. The following balances were extracted from the books of C. Hamonga on 31st December 2020. Capital 20,000 kwacha, purchases 38,000 kwacha, sales 62,305 kwacha, repairs to vehicles 1,760 kwacha, motor vehicles 7,500 kwacha, premises 10,200 kwacha, cash in hand 1,680 kwacha, wages and salaries 7,400 kwacha, discount allowed 240 kwacha, discount received 300 kwacha, 180 kwacha, drawings 5,000, bad debts 675 kwacha, debtors 5,820 kwacha, creditors 4,900 kwacha, electricity 2,810 kwacha, stock, that is opening stock on 1st January 2020 7,300 kwacha, closing stock on 1st December 2020 4,500 kwacha, bank overdraft 800 kwacha. Okay, now what are we required to prepare? We are required to prepare A. Trading and profit and loss account, B. Balance sheet. Okay, so in this question we are going to prepare two things: trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. So let's start with the trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st December 2020. Okay, so first I'm going to draw up the flame which I'm going to use to draw up the trading and profit and loss account for C. Hamonga. Okay, so this is the flame. Okay, now once we have done this, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to write the heading, which is C. Hamonga's trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st December 2020. Okay, now once we have written the heading, we come to transaction. Now let's enter the transaction. So we're going to start with the sales, which is 62,305 kwacha. Then we come to opening stock, which is 7,300 kwacha. Then we add purchases. Okay, we add purchases to the opening stock, which is purchases, that is 38,000 kwacha. When we add that, it will give us 45,300 kwacha. Okay, now that less closing stock. Now we subtract closing stock, which is 4,500 kwacha. When we subtract closing stock from 45,300, we are going to get the cost of goods, which is 40,800 kwacha. 40,800 kwacha. Okay, now when we subtract the cost of goods from the sales, we are going to remain with the gross profit. So the gross profit is 21,505 kwacha. 21,505 kwacha. Okay, that is the gross profit. Now we add incomes and gains to the gross profit. So the gains or the income we had is discount received. We received a discount of 380 kwacha. Mr. Monga received a discount of 380 kwacha. So when we add that to the gross profit, we are going to have 21,885 kwacha. Now from that, less the expenses, we subtract the expenses, which is the expenses that Mr. Monga incurred are: 1. Repairs to vehicles, which is 1,760 kwacha. Wages and salaries, which is 7,400 kwacha. Discount allowed, that is 240 kwacha. Bad debts, that is 675 kwacha. Electricity, 2,810 kwacha. Okay, now we find the total expense, so we just add those. So when we add those, the total expense will be 12,885 kwacha. 12,885 kwacha. Now when we subtract 12,885 kwacha, we are going to get, when we subtract that from 21 gross profit plus discount received, when we subtract 12,000 from 21,885 kwacha, we are going to get the net profit, which will be 9,000 kwacha. So Mr. Monga, Monga's profit for the year 2020 was 9,000 kwacha. Now you should take note of this net profit, because we're going to use it as we prepare the balance sheet. As we prepare the balance sheet, we'll come back to the 9,000, which is the net profit. Okay, if you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Otherwise, this is how you are supposed to prepare the trade and profit and loss account for C. Hamonga. Okay, for that particular year, which is 2020. Okay, so basically that's how we prepare. Now if you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. Please, we encourage you to participate into our fundraising we have. Please, we will really be encouraged if we see your participation in the fundraising. So we are doing this instead of making online classes, which could lead to other learners not benefiting from this. Our intention is to make sure that we revise with the students regardless of their financial status. So if we felt like if we just use the initiative of making online classes, that means it will hinder other people from participating. Now remember, sharing is caring. So for those who can manage, it doesn't matter how much you put, it can be a 5 kwacha or anything, as long as you participate in our fundraising, it will make a difference. Otherwise, this is how you balance, this is how you draw up the trading and profit and loss account. Question 3B was as follows: required to prepare the balance sheet. required to prepare the balance sheet. So I'm not going to go through the transaction that were recorded for Mr. C. Hamonga. So why? Because I went through these when I was answering question 3A. So you can take time, pause the video, take time and look at the transactions, okay? But I'll be showing you exactly where I'll be getting the items as I enter them in the balance sheet. Okay, so before I go any further and answer the question, I encourage you to participate in our fundraising that we are learning now. We are learning a fundraise for buying equipment that will help us to deliver quality videos to you and TikTok and Facebook. Okay, so please make sure you participate any amount. Okay, we have opted to learn a fundraising instead of online tuitions because we consider other people may not afford, so we are thinking maybe we try this fundraising program. Maybe it can be a solution for everyone, so participate any amount. Okay, and we understand how hard it is now for parents to raise money and pay for tuition, so I think a simple contribution will do. All right, so just make sure you participate. We really appreciate your contribution. Okay, we go to answering the question. So the question is asking us to prepare a balance sheet. So what I'm going to do is let me zoom in this question so that I can have space for drawing up the balance sheet. Okay, so now here is the frame for balance sheet. So this is how you prepare the frame for balance sheet. Then once we have the entire frame, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to write the title, meaning we're going to write the title on top, which also any 1 mark. So we're going to say C. Hamonga's balance sheet as at 31st December 2020. Okay, so this is the date which is in the statement there. Okay, once I've done this, then the next thing we're going to do is now we start entering the transactions. So first we'll start with the fixed assets. So which ones are fixed assets from these transactions given? We have got motor vehicles. There, motor vehicles is a fixed asset, so enter motor vehicles 7,500, and there also write 7,500. Then premises is the next fixed asset, which is 10,200, and there will write 10,200. Okay, so basically those are the fixed assets we have in the transactions. We can come to current assets. Okay, current assets. So we have got cash, which is 1,680 kwacha, and the other current assets we have got debtors, which is 5,820 kwacha. Then we also have stock, that is closing stock. We have got closing stock, which is 4,500, so we write 4,500 there. Then once we've done that, then the next thing we're going to do is now we're going to find the sum of those current assets. How much current asset is there? Okay, so the current assets, we have the total value of current asset, which is 12,000 kwacha. 12,000 kwacha is the total value of current asset. Then we come down here, we come to less liabilities. Okay, less liabilities. So let's identify liabilities. For the first liability we have is creditors. So we say creditors is 4,900. Then bank overdraft, that is 800 kwacha. Okay, now we have that amount, which is when we add the sum of liabilities, we have got 4,900 plus 800 will give us 5,700. Okay, now when we have assets and liabilities, what we will get from this is the working capital. So we're going to subtract liabilities from assets. So we say 12,000 minus 5,700 will give us 6,300. 6,300 is the working capital. Okay, that is working capital. Okay, now when we add working capital plus fixed assets will give us net assets. So we say 17,700. Okay, 17,700, which is coming from the fixed asset, the total of the fixed asset. 7,500 plus 10,200 will give us 17,700. Then plus working capital, which is 6,300, will give us 24,000 kwacha. 24,000 kwacha, that is net assets. Then after that we come to financed by. Now if our balance sheet is correct, the amount we should get from financed by should be equal to net assets. Correct. So we say capital, which is capital, and you look at capital, we have 20,000. Then add net profit. Okay, so this net profit is coming from the trade and profit and loss account. The net profit we got, I'm sure I told you about coming back to the net profit. So net profit, that is 9,000. Okay, I'm sure I have seen the picture which I have showed you where we did the trading and the profit and loss account. From the trading and profit and loss account, okay, that net profit is the one I've brought here, which is 9,000 kwacha. So when you add 20,000 plus 9,000 will give us 29,000. Now less drawings. Okay, how much is drawings? So when you go on the transaction there, drawings is 5,000. Drawings is 5,000. So I say less 5,000. So when we say 29,000 minus 5,000 will give us 24,000. Now you can see that owner's equity is equal to net assets. Owner's equity is equal to net assets. Okay, so when these two numbers are equal, then that means that our balance sheet is well prepared. Okay, so basically that's how you prepare the balance sheet. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Otherwise, we encourage you to participate in our fundraising program. Please, the numbers are on the screen. I'm sure you can see them, those which are scrolling there. So please support us. All right, if there are no questions, please let's go to the next question.